Ron DeSantis announced his run for presidency. Oh my God, guys. I'm only 4.5 minutes in. Oh my God. So bad. So bad. Wait, hold up. Hold up.
I'm Ben Meiselas from the Midas Touch Network. President Joe Biden just perfectly trolled Ron DeSantis after Ron DeSantis had a disastrous announcement that he would be seeking the presidency. And when I say disastrous, this may have been the single most disastrous announcement anybody seeking the presidency, setting aside for the United States, I'm talking about student government, has ever had in the history of the United States. This was completely humiliating, and President Biden was right there to troll Ron DeSantis perfectly. So Ron DeSantis made this announcement that he would be running for the Republican nomination for presidency on something called Twitter Spaces, and that he would be doing it through an interview format.
Which is by far one of the dumbest ass ideas ever, because Twitter Spaces is a fairly new technology on Twitter. I think they released it last. No, maybe it's maybe it was a year and a half ago. Because I was doing some karaoke spaces, but it's always been twitchy. It's always had problems, and it's not well moderated. In fact, there have been certain spaces that came up that were really bigoted, racist shit that's come up, and it's just been allowed to exist. And this is even before Elon Musk was in the mix. It was already a problem, and they have never perfected this particular feature of their site. I'm surprised they kept it. I mean, he got rid of the video platform. What was that called? Periscope or something like that. He got rid of the video platform a month or two ago. But he kept Twitter Spaces. Twitter Spaces is basically it's like a room where people can talk, but you have to be called on. You have to be unmuted in order to talk, or given host access. It's kind of like Zoom that way, except without the video feature. It's you don't even get the video feature. This is the dumbest ass thing ever, but it's just. This is not only embarrassing to Ron DeSantis that he decided to pick this platform to announce his presidency, or his campaign for presidency, but this should be also incredibly embarrassing to Elon Musk that he still hasn't figured out how to have the kind of functionality where you have a space like this that is kind of competing with Zoom, but not even close to the level. It's so bad. Oh, you guys, I can't even.
With Elon Musk and someone by the name of David Sachs. And you have this right-wing echo chamber with Elon Musk and David Sachs and Ron DeSantis, all who are very annoying, have very annoying voices. It's all done through audio. Twitter is super glitchy, so anybody could have seen that this was a disaster in the making, and it just shows you how poor Ron DeSantis' judgment is, that of all the ways to make an announcement, you can make it in a beautiful location in Florida, or try to do it in front of people, or have some video element to it. He chose Twitter Spaces to suck up to Elon Musk and look like, because he is Elon Musk's puppet. Here is what we predicted would happen at the Midas Touch Network the day before.
Well, and on top of it, they don't even record them, right? You've got reporters like Midas Touch and other people who are doing screen caps of what happened on that, but those Twitter Spaces are not captured or recorded so that you can go back to them later. You're either there or you're not. This is the dumbest ass bullshit, you guys.
DeSantis's disastrous announcement. Here's what we said. DeSantis's Twitter Spaces announcement will be a disaster. Twitter is glitchy. Elon is bad at interviews. Too hard for DeSantis to figure out how to use. Trump can co-opt it. DeSantis has an annoying voice, can't control the unknowns, look like Elon's puppet, shows very poor judgment. And then we wrote, we'll see if I'm right. And we showed the photo of Ron DeSantis, who couldn't figure out how to wear a mask during the pandemic. He wore it the wrong way. Ron DeSantis laughing hysterically at a recent campaign visit where there wasn't even a joke being told. It was just very weird and awkward. And another photo of Ron DeSantis wiping his snot on a man's shoulder, just taking it and just wiping it on the man's shoulder in front of all of the cameras. We also pointed out that not many people are going to be listening to this Twitter Spaces, and so it will be viewed as a disaster. Well, it even exceeded our expectations of what a disaster was. I'll play for you now just a small portion of what went down. I'm going to play you a very small portion because we've got a lot to talk about, and I got to show you what President Biden said about it. But this gives you a flavor of what took place. Play this clip.
This totally sounds like, I mean, this is like some of the worst fucking tech ever. This is like people on Zoom calls who are running two devices at the same time and they have the echo sound and they're fucking it up for everybody, right? Because their devices are interacting and it causes an echo. This is so bad. It's not even silent. He calls it 8.5 minutes of silence, but it's that weird ass echo sound that you get when some dumbass has their laptop and their phone running at the same time with both audios going, and it's interacting and doing an echo.
Now it's quiet. David Sachs here. Elon is sitting next to me, and we want to welcome you to this historic Twitter Spaces event, and more broadly, a first in the history of social media. Tonight, I'm pleased to introduce two individuals who've done more to loosen the. Sorry about that. We've got so many people here that I think we are kind of melting the servers, which is a good sign. Might have surprised many, but not those of us who've known and worked with Elon for nearly a quarter century. His commitment to freedom and his willingness to put his money where his mouth is, upset the narrative control imposed on.
Literally, this is somebody who's got more than one device in the same room, and there's the echo effect. He did say he was sitting next to one of the hosts, right? And so both of those people are unmuted. So bad, you guys. The fucking echo. Oh my god.
By our government. He kept Florida's schools open and its economy thriving, while my state of California chose 2 years of learning loss and lockdowns that we have yet to fully.
What?
Loss and lockdowns that we have yet to fully.
Oh, was it quiet?
All right, great. Looks like we're ready to go here.
Right. Okay.
All right, I'd like to welcome Governor DeSantis for this historic. We're just trying to get it going because there's so many people.
So here were the headlines. Ron disaster, utter chaos for DeSantis's presidential candidacy announcement as Twitter Spaces event with Elon Musk crashes. All right.
God,
so what did President Biden do as this Elon Musk, Ron DeSantis event crashed? Well, President Joe Biden posted a fundraising link to the re-elect Joe Biden and Kamala Harris campaign account, and President Biden wrote, "This link works. This link works." And it does work because under President Biden, things function. Things work. That is important. And President Biden didn't just stop there. He also released a video across social media platforms calling out Ron DeSantis. Here, play this clip.
That was something that we were very proud to do. So I would embrace proposals, like Paul Ryan offered.
I'm not a candidate.
Can we also talk for a moment, too, that as Ron DeSantis was doing whatever that disastrous Twitter Spaces thing was, all of the trends on Twitter were things like "Do Not Ron 2024" or "Disaster," and other hashtags using Ron DeSantis's name. What took place here is a microcosm of leadership in general. Anybody should have been able to predict exactly what would happen if DeSantis chose to do the Twitter Spaces like that. Yet that is how he launched his campaign. By the way, here is what Donald Trump, I said Trump would troll him and co-opt it. Trump posted on his social media platform preparing to launch and mocked Ron DeSantis about it as well, which is what we predicted. But this is the state of just the modern day Republican Party, where the House Judiciary GOP is posting things like this: Bud Light, Disney, Target, go woke, go broke, talking about how they want to use our government to attack businesses. You have the House Judiciary GOP attacking Bud Light, Disney, and Target, attacking American corporations because they believe that it's too woke for them. At the same time, you've got MAGA Republicans allowing Marjorie Taylor Greene to basically serve as the Speaker of the House, to basically be the designated Speaker of the House frequently and preside over the House of Representatives. I mean, it is humiliating the state of the modern day Republican Party. Whether it's DeSantis or Trump or Marjorie Taylor Greene, it is a total train wreck. By the way, just here's what happened on the House floor, where Marjorie Taylor Greene asked the people on the House floor to abide by decorum. She was asking people to abide by decorum.
Was she?
Play this clip.
The members are reminded to abide by decorum of the House.
Oh, so good. That's hilarious.
The House will be in order. The House will be in order.
And folks, the memes are they just keep coming in from Nikki Fried out in Florida. Failure to launch Ron DeSantis 2024. Funny meme right there. But to bring it back to a serious issue, Mark Elias, the renowned election lawyer who supports and has fought for our democracy in legal battles more than I think anybody in the United States has ever. So what Mark Elias said, though, look, all kidding aside, when history is written, the most significant thing Ron DeSantis did today was sign a new voter suppression law. So as that was all going on, here's what we need to focus on. Ron DeSantis is pursuing fascist policies in Florida. DeSantis signed an omnibus voter suppression law. A voting rights group immediately sued, but the law, Senate Bill 7050, which became law, did the following. It shortened the deadline to request mail-in ballots by a day, directing mail-in ballot requests to be canceled if any first-class mail to a voter is returned as undeliverable, requiring election supervisors to add personal identifying numbers to voter records, a provision included at the request of the Florida Department of State that could pave the way to requiring ID numbers to be completed on mail-in ballots, requiring county election officials to report fraudulent registrations and illegal voting to the Office of Election Crimes and Security, a new law enforcement office that made news last year for arresting individuals who mistakenly thought they were eligible to vote. And most of those arrests have resulted in actual, been determined to have been wrongful and just kind of performative from the outset. Also, this SB 7050 allows DeSantis to run for president while remaining governor of Florida because it repealed the law that required that he would have had to resign in order to run for the presidency. And fortunately, you have people like Mark Elias challenging that. I want to bring it back one more time, though, to this distinction between MAGA Republicans and President Biden, because there really is this lack of seriousness, this idiocracy, if you will. This is Candace Taylor, MAGA Republican, newly elected chair of Georgia's GOP's 1st district. She has a serious position. She is the GOP district chair in Georgia. She refuses to believe the earth is round. Play this clip.
More and more, I'm like, it doesn't make sense. So is it or not? I don't know 100%, but it's just, it doesn't make sense the other way. Now that you see it.
The people that defend the globe don't know anything about the globe, because if they knew a tenth of what Matt and I know about the globe, they would be flat earthers, because it's absolutely ridiculous.
I can't unsee this. All the globes everywhere. I turn on TV, there's globes in the background. There's globes on there right here. Like this would be a globe if I was a normal person. Like everywhere there's globes. You see them all the time. I mean, it's constant. My children will be like, Mama, globe, globe.
Are you for real? You guys actually put a flat earther in charge of one of your state parties? Are you for fucking real? Oh my God. Y'all absolutely crazy. You're crazy. You put a flat earther in charge of one of your Democratic party. I mean, this is a Republican party, right? This is a Republican state party. How did you all get so fucking crazy? Because, you know, I think most of us who used to be Republicans, we started seeing what direction you were going, and we're like, what the fuck are y'all doing? What are you doing? We can't be a part of this bullshit. You guys are fucking crazy. Oh my God.
Globe. They're everywhere. And that's what they do to brainwash. And so for me, if it is not a conspiracy, if it is, real, why are you pushing so hard? Everywhere I go, every store, you buy a globe. There's globes everywhere. Every movie, every TV show, news media. Why?
I could show you videos of MAGA Republicans like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert spreading conspiracy theories and saying things like that as well. But I want to leave you with this. President Joe Biden stating, here's what we've done. We've created over 12 million jobs since we've been in office. Unemployment matches the lowest level since 1969, and we're seeing the highest share of working age people in the workforce since 2008. While you have MAGA Republicans talking about attacking Disney World and green M&Ms and whatever culture war they want to fight, we fortunately have a serious adult person in office who's talking about jobs, who's caring and compassionate. And is he perfect? Far from it. Do I disagree with him on a lot of issues? Yeah, many. But ultimately, I know there is a caring, compassionate, thoughtful, decent human being who doesn't always get it right, but who cares about our country and pursues things intelligently, competently, unlike the disaster that we see over and over again with MAGA Republicans, and further demonstrated today with Ron DeSantis' disastrous launch of his campaign for the presidency. He deserves to be nowhere near the White House. I'm Ben Meiselas from the Midas Touch Network. Hit subscribe.
Wow, you guys. Oh my gosh. I'm let me see. I might be able to find like one more thing. Well, this is one of our local prides, right? Okay, so this is a city pretty close to me. This is from San Juan Capistrano, which is pretty close to me. I don't want notifications. Okay. In a first, lawmaker cites QAnon conspiracy from city council floor. This happened in 2018. This is what happens when you're just like randomly electing Republicans in your neighborhood and you're not paying attention to who they really are. This is what you're gonna fucking get. Okay? In what appears to be the first instance of an elected official bringing up the QAnon conspiracy theory during official business, a city council member in California prayed during a lawmaker meeting this week that God bless Q, right? God damn with all your ads, Daily Beast. Fuck's sake. San Juan Capistrano council member Pam Patterson, who lost a re-election bid in November, used her goodbye address Monday to read a QAnon posting. This really fucking happened, you guys. This really happened in my neighborhood, okay? Fuck's sake with all the pop-ups, Daily Beast, give me a break. God bless America, God bless Q, and God bless San Juan Capistrano, Patterson said. OC Weekly first reported Patterson's remarks. I mean, fuck's me. You would think that we're like way podunk down here. We're not. Like this is where we have some very rich, expensive neighborhoods down here, right? Including San Juan Capistrano. There's some pretty exclusive areas of San Juan Capistrano too, but like this is like the first Rich Housewives of OC was like down in this area. Like Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman used to live down here in Nellie Gale, which is right next to San Juan Capistrano. This is like some exclusive fucking property where you've got like some really rich business leaders and stuff. And this is the bullshit we have as our municipal leaders. The fucking bullshit we got. QAnon is based on a series of anonymous clues posted by a figure called Q and posits a world in which Donald Trump and the military are engaged in a secret war against powerful pedophiles in Washington and Hollywood. The conspiracy started in October 2017 and has grown steadily since then, though followers remain largely relegated to the fringes of the internet. Patterson's remarks illustrate the extent to which the ideas are becoming more mainstream. Everybody thought it was like weird, quirky when this fucking happened. And then we saw Marjorie Taylor Greene. And we're like, what the fuck? And Lauren Boebert and Matt Gaetz, right? Last week, former White House Communications Director Anthony Scaramucci backed Scaramucci? He was only Scaramucci lasted for like 10 days. He's like such a joke. They were comparing like the other people that got fired to, well, how many Scaramucci's did you last? He backed QAnon at a conference. Oh my God. Saying the conspiracy theory has been dead accurate. He later insisted he had done no such thing. Isn't that funny how they're just like, oh, no. I never said that. Nope. Oh my God, you guys are so bad. You know what? I can't handle Daily Beast. It's like there's too many pop-ups. It's yes, I know it came from 4chan and 8chan. But I can't handle all of the fucking pop-ups that are happening right now. Okay. So DeSantis is announced. There you go, guys.